Hello friends and welcome to Pendulum Video. Today we will be discussing daily current affairs of 20 June 2020. So let's start the session. First news is auction for commercial mining of 41 coal mines has started and Prime Minister Narendra Modi launched the auction through video conference. On this occasion, he has set a goal of making India the world's largest coal exporter. Currently, India is the fourth largest country in the world in terms of coal reserves and the second largest producer of coal. But still, it is the second largest importer of coal in the world. This is an irony. And introduction of commercial coal mining is a major step towards self-sufficiency in the energy sector. That is making our energy sector Atmanirbhar. Now a question for you guys. Which of the following statements is true? India is the fourth largest country in the world in terms of coal reserves. India is the second largest importer of coal in the world. You have to select the correct answer using the codes given below. 1 only, 2 only, both 1 and 2, none of the above. So comment the correct answer which of the following statements is or are true. 1 only, 2 only, both 1 and 2, none of the above. So the correct answer for this is option C, that is both statements are true. Moving to the next news, Dr. Harsh Vardhan, Minister of Health and Family Welfare, has inaugurated the country's first COVID-19 testing mobile laboratory, and this is an effective step to test samples of COVID-19. The lab is named iLab, which is an infectious disease diagnostic laboratory, and this will make it easier to test samples of COVID-19 even in remote rural areas of the country. You can see over here in figure, this is the iLab mobile laboratory for testing COVID-19, and laboratory is being operated with the help of Department of Biotechnology. It has the capacity to perform 50 RT-PCR tests and 300 ELISA tests per day. Now you have to tell me that the Central Railways has recently installed a robot at the railway station that will surveillance and also will do the thermal screening of the passengers traveling in the train. So you have to tell me the name of that robot. Tell me first what is the name of that robot. So its name was Captain Arjun. Captain Arjun. So this was installed by Central Railways in order to perform thermal screening of the passengers and also to ensure security in the region. Moving to the question part, what is the name of the country's first COVID-19 testing mobile laboratory? iLab, YLab, SciLab and PhyLab. Come on, tell me fast. What is the name of the country's first COVID-19 testing mobile laboratory? So the correct answer is option A, that is it is iLab. Moving to the next news, recently the mobile application Airventi has been launched by the civic body in Mumbai, and the purpose of this app is to provide overall statistics of ICU beds and ventilators. The app will also provide information on location of the nearby government and private hospitals with filled and empty ICU beds and ventilators. The ability to contact the hospital via telephone call and email is also available. The app has been developed by Octavia Technologies Limited in partnership with Probity Soft Private Limited. The purpose of launching this app is to provide timely treatment by saving time wasted by COVID-19 patients in searching the hospitals with ICU beds and ventilators. So with the help of this app, these patients will be able to quickly search the hospitals, nearby government or private hospitals with empty ICU beds and presence of ventilators. So the app is linked to the dashboard of the city's disaster control room, and its link can also be accessed through the Mumbai Civic Body's app. So this is a good initiative. So a question for you guys, recently in which city mobile application Airventi has been launched? Delhi, Mumbai, Kolkata and Chennai. So you have to comment fast. Delhi, Mumbai, Kolkata and Chennai. So the correct answer for this is option B, that is Mumbai. Moving to the next news, Government of Tamil Nadu has launched a new portal to assist job seekers, and this portal has been started by the Department of Employment and Training, Government of Tamil Nadu. The name of this portal is Tamil Nadu Private Jobs Portal, which is a unique initiative. Through this portal, job seekers will be digitally connected to job providers, and the portal will also provide facility to conduct online interviews. More details of the scheme are available online as well as from the district officers of the Employment and Training Department. Talking about Tamil Nadu, the South Indian state of Tamil Nadu is famous for its Dravidian style of Hindu temples, and in Madurai, Meenakshi Amman temple has high Gopuram towers ornamented with colorful figures. The capital of Tamil Nadu is Chennai. Chief Minister is E.K. Palaniswamy. So comment quickly that who is the present governor of Tamil Nadu? Present governor of Tamil Nadu? Yes, Banwari Lal Purohit is the current governor of Tamil Nadu. And these seats, if we talk about Lok Sabha seats, so Tamil Nadu has 39 Lok Sabha seats and Rajya Sabha seats in the states are 18. Okay, Lok Sabha seats are 39 and Rajya Sabha seats are 18. Now the question for you guys, Tamil Nadu is particularly famous for which style of Hindu temples? Dravidian, Nagara, Panchayatan, ya Vesara. So you have to comment quickly that which style of Hindu temples are there present in Tamil Nadu? Dravidian, Nagara, Panchayatan, Vesara. So the correct answer is option A, that is Dravidian. Moving to the next news, recently Defence Institute of Advanced Technology has developed a biodegradable face mask, that is Pavitra Patti, and this face mask is based on Ayurvedic products of nanofibers which act as virus neutralizers and resist bacteria. The mask is made from herbal extracts such as neem oil, turmeric, Krishna tulsi, ajwain, black pepper, gum arabic, clove, sandalwood and saffron. It has been designed keeping in mind the guidelines of the Ministry of Ayush. Pavitra Patti uses additives from immune enhancing agents for self-care. This product can be regularly used as a mask to protect against any type of communicable disease of airborne medium. Now a question, what is correct regarding recently developed biodegradable face masks Pavitra Patti? This face mask is based on nanofibers of Ayurvedic products. It has been built by Defence Institute of Advanced Technology. The Pavitra Patti uses additives from immune enhancing agents for self-care, and all of the above statements are correct. So comment fast the correct answer, which statement is correct regarding Pavitra Patti. So the correct answer is option D, that is all the statements are correct. Option D will be the correct answer. So tell me that where this Defence Institute of Advanced Technology is located, because in past some questions have been asked from the institutes. So you have to tell the correct answer, that where is Defence Institute of Advanced Technology is located. So it is located in Pune. Now the next news, tobacco use prohibited in public places in Jharkhand, and also public spitting has been banned under the Epidemic Diseases Act of 1897. In addition, the state government has also directed the officials to constitute enforcement squads under the Cigarettes and Other Tobacco Products Prohibition of Advertisement and Regulation of Trade and Commerce Production, Supply and Distribution Act of 2003, that is Codpa Act of 2003. However, the government of Jharkhand has not imposed a ban on the sale of tobacco products in the state. Spitting in public is known to be a major cause of infection outbreaks. Due to indiscriminate spitting, the chances of spreading of diseases such as COVID-19, encephalitis and tuberculosis are increased. Any person violating the order will be punished under sections 188, 268, 269 and 270 of the IPC. Talking about state of Jharkhand, it is a state in eastern India. It came into existence on 15 November 2000 as the 28th state of the union. Its capital is Ranchi. Current governor is Draupadi Murmu and current chief minister is Hemant Soren. The state animal of Jharkhand is elephant, state bird is cuckoo and state tree is sal and state flower is palash. So you have to tell me that how many seats of Lok Sabha are there in Jharkhand? Tell me fast. So 14 seats are there, and in Rajya Sabha Jharkhand has only 6 seats. Okay. Moving to the question part, recently which state has banned the use of tobacco in public places? Jharkhand, Kerala, Andhra Pradesh and Gujarat. So comment quickly the correct answer. So the correct answer is option A, that is Jharkhand has banned the use of tobacco in public places. Next news is Iran's Navy tests cruise missile. So recently the Iranian Navy has tested the cruise missile, and Iran was also in news. Yesterday we discussed that IAEA conducted a meeting with Iran for its nuclear program, and in that the findings of the meetings were that the Iran was not complying with the 2015 nuclear treaty. So yesterday we discussed about IAEA, and now the Iran's Navy has tested the cruise missile, and it successfully tested a locally made cruise missile during the war games in northern Indian Ocean and near the entrance to the Gulf. Iran has done this by sidelining the 2015 nuclear deal. So this 2015 nuclear deal is also called Joint Comprehensive Plan of Action, JCPOA. And this was signed on July 14, 2015 between Iran, United States, China, France, Russia, UK, Germany and European Union. That is Iran plus P5, that is 5 permanent members of the UN Security Council, plus 1 is here over here Germany, plus European Union. So this will be an easy trick to remember that which countries are involved in 2015 nuclear treaty. Recently US came out of this deal, and the term of this treaty was to end in October 2020 this year, which United States is trying to pursue, and the United States is saying that this treaty should be extended and there should be change in the provisions, and if Iran will comply with the new treaty, then the sanctions will be lifted from Iran. So talking about Iran, it is a country in Western Asia. Its capital is Tehran and currency is Iranian Rial. You can see the location of Iran. It is sharing its border with Iraq over here, Turkmenistan, Afghanistan, Pakistan, Turkey, Azerbaijan. Moving to the question part, which of these countries is not included in the Joint Comprehensive Plan of Action 2015? Iran, USA, China and India. So comment quickly the correct answer. Which country is not included in Joint Comprehensive Plan of Action? Iran, USA, China and India. So the correct answer for this is option D, that is India, because the countries that are included in this plan are P5 plus 1 plus Iran plus European Union, that is 5 permanent members of UN Security Council, Germany, Iran and European Union. Moving to the next news, popular Exxon, a type of fermented soya bean, and it has become quite popular in the recent times. It is a fermented soya bean consumed by many tribal communities in England, especially the Sema tribe. So this tribe is important because a question can be asked that Sema tribe is a tribe which is located in which of the following northeastern states. So it is a tribe of Nagaland, and Exxon is also locally called Akuni, known for its distinctive state and smell. It is used to make pickles, chutneys or curries in the northeastern region, and this fermented soybean is also used in Northeast India as well as East Asian countries such as Nepal, Bhutan, Japan, Korea, China, Myanmar, Vietnam and Indonesia. You can see its photo. This is a type of a Japanese dish in the figure. Moving to the question part, what is the recently discussed Exxon? A food item, an organism, a new fiber, Earth's new satellite. So comment quickly the correct answer. What is recently discussed Exxon? So the correct answer is option A, that is it is a food item. Moving to the next news, violent clashes between Army of India and China in the Galwan Valley. The clashes between India and China has been in news from a long time, and there were discussions going on between India and China, and recently there has been a violent clash in the Galwan Valley between the armies of the two countries. Indian Foreign Ministry has blamed the Chinese army for this, and the People's Liberation Army of China and the Indian army clashed and attacked each other using stones, knives and poles. India and China share 3,488 km of border. For some time there has been tensions between the armies of the two countries over the control of the 3 points on the line of actual border. These points are the Galwan Valley, the Hot Spring area and Pangong Lake. You can see the location of Galwan Valley over here. So this is the point where the clash took place, and this is Aksai Chin, China administered region. This is Siachen Glacier, the location of, and this is the line of actual control. The line of actual control is between India and China, while line of control is between India and Pakistan occupied Kashmir, that is POK and India. Between POK and India it is LOC, and between India and China it is LAC. Talking about China, it is a country in East Asia and most populous country in the world. It is the 4th largest country in the world in terms of area. Its capital is Beijing and the currency is renminbi. States like Jammu and Kashmir, Himachal Pradesh, Uttarakhand, Sikkim and Arunachal Pradesh forms border with China. Now the question, recently there has been violent clashes in Galwan Valley between which two countries? China and Nepal, China and India, India and Japan, and India and Pakistan. So you have to comment the correct answer. So the correct answer for this is option B, that is China and India. And recently there was a conflict between India and Nepal, as Nepal has drawn a new map. A new map was drawn by Nepal, and it was released as the official map of Nepal, in which three regions of India were included as part of Nepal, because the claim was there that these three regions belong to Nepal, and based on Treaty of Sagali, this claim was made. And you have to tell me that what are these three regions that were included in the map of Nepal, and this map has been now made the official part of the country by passing a Constitutional Amendment Act. So you have to tell me which are these three regions. So these regions are Kala Pani, Lipu Lake and Limpiadura. Okay, so these three regions are Kala Pani, Lipu Lake and Limpiadura. Moving to the next news. World Sickle Cell Awareness Day is celebrated every year on 19 June. The day is observed to help increase public knowledge about sickle cell disease and to raise awareness about the people and their families suffering from the disease. This is a genetic disease and such people are anemic, as you can see in the figure that this is the sickle cell. This is the normal red blood cell, which is almost rounded, and normal hemoglobin is present in the red blood cell, while in sickle cell you can see the shape is distorted of this red blood cell. It is in the form of a sickle, and the hemoglobin is not present in sufficient amount. Also there is lack of oxygen because the space is less for hemoglobin. So you can see this sickle cells, they block blood flow in the blood vessels, so such people suffer very badly. This is a fatal disease, and due to this many people die, especially the small children which are below the age of 5, they die due to this disease. So you can understand that this disease is very fatal, and the day was first celebrated in the year 2008. On this day a resolution was adopted by the General Assembly of United Nations officially recognizing sickle cell disease as a public health concern. According to WHO, the disease affects millions of people around the world, including both adults and children. On which day is World Sickle Cell Awareness Day celebrated every year? 15 May, 12 January, 16 September and 19 June. So you have to tell me quickly. Comment the correct answer. So the correct answer is option D, that is 19 June. 15 May every year is celebrated as International Day of Families. Important days are really important, as questions are asked from this section. So remember that. And on 12 January, National Youth Day is celebrated in India. 12 January celebrated as National Youth Day, and 16 September it is celebrated as World Ozone Day. World Ozone Day. Okay friends, so here we have covered comprehensively the current affairs and related questions. You can also visit our website pendulumedu.com and read these current affairs in detail. You can also download PDF. Also you can read them in Hindi. You can also join our Telegram channel for more study material and keep preparing with us. Like this video, share it as much as you can, and if you have any doubt, please mention that in comment box. Keep preparing well. Thank you.